Ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Now, I'm going to break up the week. Obviously, my top 10. We are now next to, I think, number 4 on the list. But we're going to break up that week because we're going to be talking about a video that has been, or news that has been announced on Wargaming's server. So, as we have already been told that they're going to be seasons. They're going to start doing seasons where they're going to start taking out maps, maybe reworking them, and then the next season bring them back and take another couple of maps out. But on top of that, there is also things that, there's also tanks that are going to be rebalanced as well. Now, sometimes there is no reason to rebalance a tank. Like, there's what I mean by that is they're not OP or they're not weak or anything like that. Other than that, there's no reason. There's only really one reason that Wargaming will rebalance some tanks, and the reason that is to change the meta of the game. So yeah, they might make a tank strong for no reason at all. There might be a tank that's balanced, but they want to make it strong. Or there is a tank that's balanced, they might want to make it a little bit weaker to stop people playing it, or to make people play it, and just to change the meta of the game. You know, we've had this a few times where they buffed the heavy tanks, like the hit points, and it made it so more heavy tanks were played. The same as tank destroyers. They buffed the alphas, they buffed everything like that to make people play tank destroyers. And they've done it with the mediums as well. So mediums at one point were really strong. Then Wargaming nerfed them to make people not so much play them. So those are some reasons that Wargaming do buff and nerf certain tanks. Again, not because they needed to, but stat-wise. But Wargaming have now announced, Insider has now announced that there is going to be some more changes. So we're going to talk about these changes, and some of them I honestly, I just don't understand. And that's the thing with us, like, Wargaming clearly have a view, and they must see the reason. But yeah, we look at it and think, why? Why are you doing this? So the first thing is the Panzer E100. So the view range and shell speed are slightly reduced, which isn't good. And the reload time becomes 0.79 seconds longer. So yeah, that's almost a second longer on the reloads. So yeah, that's already a nerf in my opinion. The terrain crossing capacity and hull traverse have been improved. Fair enough, okay, that's a little buff there. And the tungsten shell rounds consumable has been added. Now, this already does around 800 alpha. So tungsten shells, which as we know, has more damage. So you click that, you shoot someone, you do more damage. So that could be very good with the tank. I don't know why they are adding it on something that already has a big amount of... That's just like adding tungsten shells on a Death Star. I don't know why they've added it on the Jaegeru, the Panzer E100. I just don't understand that. Yes, it will be nice to have even more alpha. I just don't understand why Wargaming want to add the tungsten shells to that. So moving on, the grill. The shell speed and view range perimeters are decreased. Average damage per shot is reduced by 20 for all shell types. The reload time gets 0.7 shorter. And the forward speed gets 3 kilometers higher. Really? Again, I don't understand. Why reduce the damage? Why? I mean, 0.7 seconds shorter. Yes, that is almost a second shorter, but you know, the grill, in my opinion, needs more love. Not a lot of people play. I mean, a lot of people play the grill, but not so many people rate it. I love the grill. I always have. But yeah, I don't know why they're changing things on the grill, like, especially for the worse. Like, I just don't understand the grill change at all. Like, lower damage, but yet the reload time gets shorter. Like, why? Why not just leave it as it is? I just don't understand that. I really don't. So next up, we have the mouse. The mouse shell speed is lowered. The gun stabilization becomes slightly worse. The reload time and aiming time are reduced by almost a second for the reload time and 0.4 seconds for the aim time. Terrain capacity is improved. Sandbag armor provision is added. The armor has been changed to reduce the chance of a head-on penetration through the front. So that's just fixing something on the track wheel. The sandbag armor. Yeah, I mean, the sandbags give you more hit points. So, yeah, I mean, you can have 2 sandbags. So the mouse, if you add the equipment where you get more hit points, and the sandbag armor on top of all the hit points it's already got, the hit points does become a little bit insane. Now, again, I believe Wargaming like nerfed the hit points a while ago, and now they're sort of giving you the opportunity to get it back. Now, the reload time, 1 second shorter, and the aim time, yeah, that is very, very nice. And I think if you see Droodles' video, I think it works out around about 2,700 DPM for this tank, give or take a few hundred here or there. But 2,700 DPM is very good for a tank that's not really made for doing damage. So yeah, yes, it's nice to have good DPM, but yeah, the mouse isn't really there to do damage. Yes, of course, people do damage, but yeah, I don't get the change in that as well. Like, I really don't. Maybe buff the cheeks of the thing. I don't know, but yeah, overall, it is a nice change if you do like playing the mouse. And again, it is a nice change, but it's a change that I don't think should have happened, because the mouse isn't there. It isn't all about DPM. It's all about the armor with the mouse. So make it about the armor. They're sort of taking that away and making it more about the DPM with that thing. So it might turn out really well, and I'm sure it will turn out really well, because now it has the armor, especially when you're angled, and it also has the DPM. So the VK90, the reticle calibration consumable, yeah, I'm not too bothered about the reticle calibration, to be honest. It gets better aim time and stuff. The consumable added, and the sandbag armor provisions are removed. So wait, the reticle calibration consumable and sandbag armor provisions are removed. So reactive armor consumable and combat stabilization mechanics are added instead. So I don't mind that change, to be fair. The sandbags, again, gives it more armor. The reticle calibration gets it more aim time, dispersion, sort of anything sort of like that. So the reactive armor, that is a consumable where you press and they do less damage apart from HE. So yeah, that won't be too bad, to be fair. Upper and lower glaciers plate gets stronger, so I don't know why they needed to get stronger with this tank, but you know, that isn't a bad change there for the VK90. The VK7201 average damage per shot is changed down to 600, 500 and 900 with the AP, heat and HE respectively. Again, I don't know why they're lowering the alpha. Maybe it is strong, but I don't know. The hit points count is also reduced by 150. Reload time and aiming time gets become 2.4 seconds and 0.4 seconds shorter. So yeah, to be honest, 600 losing 40 or so, 50, 40 damage per shot to gain to lose 2.4 seconds on a reload, that isn't bad in my opinion. So the reload does become a lot better. 2.5 seconds, or 2.4 seconds, that is quite some time. So yeah, I don't mind that. You're still doing a high amount of damage per shot. 600 again is the average, so you can do lower or you can do higher, and you've got 2.4 seconds less on that reload. So I don't mind the VK. I think that is actually not a bad change there for the VK72, but again, this is my opinion. You guys might think that is an absolutely shit change. So the improved suspension equipment is added instead of the camouflage net. Yeah, I don't mind that. The turret cheeks and rounded whole parts of the turret are reinforced, so the turret cheeks will become more better as well. So yeah, that, I think personally, that is a good change for the VK72. So the E100, for the 152mm gun, the main gun, the reload time is increased by 1.5 seconds, but the damage per shot grows up to 680. Again, I think that is a really good change for the E100. 1.5 seconds more, but you do get 680 alpha on that AP. Don't forget that is average, so you could do over 700 easily per shot. And with the HE as well, 1020, again, you can get that 1100-ish on an average shot. So yeah, I don't think that's a bad change. It's kind of like the VK72 change, but opposite. So I don't think that is a bad change for both of them German super heavies. The Leopard 1, again, something I don't really understand. The view range expands to 270 meters. The reload time gets 0.29 seconds shorter. The gun depression angles is reduced. So, I mean, I don't know why they are taking the gun depression from the Leopard 1. However, what, a quarter of a second better on the reload. This is already the highest DPM medium in the game, so yeah, it's going to be even higher, but it's just going to have 1 degree gun depression less, which, to be fair, it's not a tank that it does have nice gun depression, but it's not a tank that is good on a ridge because you just don't have that armor. So I don't mind that change, to be honest. Like, better DPM, and you just lose 1 degree of gun depression, so I don't mind that at all. The E50M, the base shell type is changed to APCR instead of the AP, I believe, where speed of all shells is adjusted downwards. Turret, front armor, upper glaciers, turret and whole side armor are enhanced. So again, not a bad change there for the E50M. It's already got good armor, and I think it's going to be even better, so not too bad. The Kampfpanzer 50T, the AP becomes the new base shell. All shell speeds are reduced. Tungsten shells consumable and improved gunpowder provisions are added. Again, I do think that is a really good change for the Kampfpanzer, the tungsten shells. Like, at first, I didn't think that was going to be anything special, but yeah, to have more alpha per shot, especially now on a medium tank, yeah, I think that is a good change, and that's going to make this tank even better. So that is it of this list of the upcoming changes in Season 2. I don't think this will become... these are all German tanks, as you can see. I don't think this is going to be this update. I don't believe. I think it might be the next update. I could be wrong, but yeah, next week we'll take a look at the changes. So yeah, it won't be this next update. These are just the Germans, the German tech tree, and next week we'll have another look. We'll go through the the Russian tanks. So let me know your views. What are your views on the German changes? Let me know in the comments below if any of them sort of stand out to be really, really good, and if some of them stand out to be really, really bad. Let me know in the comments below. But for now, I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Back tomorrow with my number 4 on my favorite tanks in the game. See you soon. Bye bye. With